Hey baking fans, welcome back to Mira's Kitchen. Have you heard the old saying, slower than cold molasses running up a hill in January? Well, for these jumbo molasses cookies that we're going to bake today, you don't have to wait that long. You only have to wait about 16 minutes per cooking time. Well, pretty yummy.
So come to Mira's Kitchen, see what's going on. Come to Mira's Kitchen, waking up a storm. Come to Mira's Kitchen, we got it going on.
Well, hey there, welcome back to Mira's Kitchen. Today we're going to make jumbo molasses cookies. And first of all, we're going to put butter, 1 cup of butter, and I'm going to put a cup of sugar together, and we're going to whip it as per usual. As you'll note, I have melted the butter just a little bit in the bowl. I'm going to put a cup of sugar. Now you can add another cup of sugar if you wish. Today we're using 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of butter. Whip that in nicely, doesn't that look pretty? Next we're going to add 2 cups of molasses and a cup of water. And here I have 2 cups of molasses. Now before I put it in any measuring cup, I spray it with cooking spray to make me get every ounce of molasses that I want for my recipe. So we're going to put in the molasses to the sugar and the butter. And I like it a little bit thicker. See, look at that. Because I've sprayed it, I'm getting all the molasses that I need. You don't want to waste a bit. Okay, and we stir that in. Makes it nice and thick and creamy. I like to make sure everything's blended before I add the next ingredient. Kind of looks like a nice chocolate syrup, but don't be fooled, it's molasses. Okay. Then I'm going to add a cup of water gradually as I'm stirring. There we go. Just a little bit at a time. And when I mean gradually, because you don't want it to separate as little as possible. A little separation will happen. And if so, wait a little bit before you add more water to get that all stirred in. Okay. Now we add our dry ingredients. And now we put together the dry ingredients. I have in my bigger sifter, I had about 8 cups of flour. And we're going to put in 3 teaspoons of ginger. Add that right in there. And for baking soda, we have 2 teaspoons. Now, already in there is 3 teaspoons of salt. Now, for our spices, besides the ginger, we're going to do a teaspoon of nutmeg. And then just about a half of cloves. Cloves are a little overpowering. You can hold back on those if you wish. Some people are allergic to cloves, so just be careful how much you add. Personal preference and taste. Okay, now is the fun part. Take a little sifter, get all that flour in there, and sift away. And stir it all together. Now you can add the flour gradually if you wish. I like to put it in all at once. Also, a side note, you notice that I put the water in with the molasses. Most times I may wait until I have about half the flour in there. I wait till I get half the flour in there, and then I stir in the water because sometimes it can be a little bit too soupy. Again, it's my personal preference. with molasses, it's a little thicker, then you have to put a little bit more elbow grease in there. Now you can use a mixer, and I do have a mixer, and I use for bigger projects. But look at that. It's gonna get thicker. Turning into a nice ginger dough. For molasses cookies, since they are jumbo molasses cookies, I'm using my large scoop. And I'm gonna take that. Nice big bowl. Don't have to worry too much about space between because they don't spread out very much. Now after I put them on the stone, I make sure they're even. And then I lightly just press my palm like that, just to make them just titch flat. Because again, these are not going to spread out, so they're going to come out looking pretty much just like that. Next, we put in our molasses cookies, and we're going to bake them for 15 to 16 minutes. So I've got my trusty little glove here. Our cookies are done. Nice, big, fluffy. Notice they're just a little bit brown around the edges. There you go, folks. Jumbo molasses cookies to die for. Thanks for liking us on Facebook. Watch our YouTube. Oh, and we've just added Twitter. It'll be at Mara Loves LUV 2 Bake, because Mara loves to bake.